Hi everyone and welcome in. Let's watch the Elder Scrolls Online 2024 Global Reveal event. If you know anything about me, I am a longtime Elder Scrolls player. I started playing Elder Scrolls Online back when the game first came out, and I am a dirty console player. My main account is on the PS4/5. Well over 20,000 hours played. I've taken a little bit of a break recently. As I work on content creation, I have to take a little bit of a break on MMOs. However, I love seeing everything that comes out and I am obsessed. I like doing all content. I was very big into PvP. I was very obsessed with getting 5 stars. And I also love housing and of course PvE, dungeons, questing. I love the whole game. Obsessed. I even have a tattoo from flowers from Elder Scrolls Online. So let's watch the reveal together and check out what's coming out in 2024. I'm curious about it. I don't know a ton about, even though I've played that many hours, I don't know a ton about the lore, so I'm kind of interested to see what kind of storyline we go with this year and whether it's going to be a continuous story or just different bits throughout the year. I'm nervous. Okay.
Welcome everyone to the 2024 Elder Scrolls Online Global Reveal. Today, we'll share all of the details of our 2024 plans, including ESO's new chapter. But first, I'd like to take a moment to talk about what ESO means to all of us, here at ZeniMax Online, and to all of you. We built ESO as a virtual world centered around Elder Scrolls lore, where you can go anywhere, play in any style you want with endless customization, and have the freedom to roleplay as anyone you want. And also to be a safe harbor from the often unpredictable and complex outside world. Just take a step back to the game's early days and see how much we've accomplished.
I'm gonna get nostalgic.
Taking on Moloch Ball with the help of Cadwell and Darian Gauthier.
Oh my god.
Fighting other players to claim territory in Cyrodiil and the Ruby Throne and our amazing PvP system. Slaying dragons in the sandy canyons of Elsewhere with Chimera and Abner Tharn. Fencing a fortune and stolen goods at your friendly neighborhood outlaw refuge. And so much more. We take you through all of the lands of Tamriel, filled with memorable characters who return again and again to provide companionship, humor, and drama. Our stories are among the best in the genre, and our content also includes game systems like companions, antiquities, tales of tribute, dungeons, PvP. The list goes on and on.
Oh my god, I love this game
ESO,
so much.
You can pick and choose what fits your virtual life in Tamriel. And later this year, we'll hit an amazing and important milestone, 10 years in Tamriel. Our history, of course, goes back even farther to ZOS's founding in 2007, and many ESO developers have been with us for 15 years or more. I can't speak of the studio's history without acknowledging the profound impact that Robert Altman had on my life and that of everyone at ZOS. As CEO of ZeniMax Media, who passed away in 2021, Robert was a true champion of the game, and he was a friend and mentor to all of us. He is very much missed, but ZOS is stronger because of the foundation he helped build during our formative years. ESO's grown over the years to be 24 million players, including gamers from all over the world. Originally in English, French, and German, we now offer localization in Chinese, Japanese, Russian, and Spanish. And ESO developers now stretch from west coast of the USA through Austin, Texas, to our headquarters in Maryland, and eastward to Budapest, Hungary, where we recently opened ZeniMax Online Hungary. ESO is truly a global phenomenon. Everyone at ZOS considers the ESO community part of the family. It's not just a hashtag. That feeling of caring and connection begins in our studio,
was
and
my
I'm
entire
very proud
life
to be part of it.
for so many years.
Remember that ESO launched in April 2014. But that was just on PC. It launched on Xbox and PlayStation in June 2015.
That's when I started, 2015.
So, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary over 15 months in 2024 and 2025. Expect community events around the globe.
I would love to go to this.
Already.
Oh my gosh.
It's in the Netherlands this coming spring. Thank you to everyone who signed up already. We'll have another large community event in 2025 in the Baltimore, Washington area of the USA to mark the 10th anniversary of ESO's console launch. And a few more events sprinkled between them.
Need a content creator? I'm ready.
On all of our anniversary celebration plans on social media and ElderScrollsOnline.com. The team has prepared special 10-year anniversary rewards for many of our in-game events happening in 2024 and 2025. Some you can start earning right now. Stay tuned for details. We're eager to celebrate and to kick things off in earnest in just a few months. I can't wait to see all of you at the in-person events. And now it's time to look forward to 2024's new content.
I'm excited.
ESO's newest chapter features everything that makes ESO special, exploring a region of Tamriel well known to Elder Scrolls fans, telling an amazing story that goes deep into the lore of the region, and adding a new gameplay with a system called scribing, which allows players to customize some of their abilities. The chapter is called Gold Road, and it takes place on the borders of Cyrodiil, Gold Coast, and Valenwood. So let's start the show and see all the details with the global premiere
People are probably
of the
psyched about
2024
this.
ESO
Everyone
Gold
loves
Road
Gold
trailer.
Coast.
Enjoy, and see you in Tamriel.
Oh God. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Clear the path. The three alliances working together? Oh God. Oh my God. Oh, that looks so good.
What's up, everyone? You just saw the world premiere trailer for our upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road. I'm Gina Bruno, ESO Senior Community Manager, and today I'm joined by the Elder Scrolls Online's own creative director, Rich Lambert.
Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to be back again for this year's ESO Global Reveal, and boy do we have a lot of exciting things to share with you all. The team has been working super hard on 2024's new adventures and features, and it's going to be another amazing year for the Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, the truth is, the team's been working super hard for the past 16 years. And Rich, you and I have actually been here from the very beginning in 2007.
It's wild looking back for sure. I remember the days of being able to fit the entire team into a minivan and all go out to lunch together. A lot has changed since then, and now we're suddenly about to celebrate 10 years of being live.
That's
with
making me
40+ major
emotional.
content updates and a community that literally spans the globe. It's amazing how much we've done, and it certainly doesn't feel like 16 years have passed already.
And now that we're looking ahead to what's coming in 2024, why don't you start us off with an overview about this year's adventure and story?
Last year, we saw players explore the Talvani Peninsula and Apocrypha zones and delved into a story surrounding the Prince of Knowledge, Hermaeus Mora, and master the magics of the Arcanist class. This
Very
year,
cool
we're
class.
inviting players to venture into a Colovian region known as the West Weald. And this region spans the western borders of Cyrodiil to the north and the eastern tip of Valenwood, and many Elder Scrolls players will probably recognize this location from Test 4 Oblivion. In our time, a dense jungle has suddenly appeared overnight along the Valenwood border, and the whole region is suffering from a rise in attacks from a mysterious new kind of Daedra.
So the new zone will be familiar for those of you who played Oblivion, but there's something big going on behind the scenes that's causing all this chaos.
We're doing something we've never done before in ESO, and we're introducing a whole new Daedric Prince.
That is a really big
Ooh.
deal.
It is, and we are really excited about it. The Gold Road storyline focuses on the return of a forgotten prince named Athelia. And it was great to be able to work with BGS to bring our vision for this
I
new
think
power
that's
to
great.
life. And we think folks are going to love what we've created.
That
In
makes
last
it really
year's Necrom
accessible for new
chapter,
people
we
to get into
dropped
lore.
A major cliffhanger. Mysterious forces discovered the existence of this forgotten Daedric prince, Athelia. In Gold Road, you'll discover that prince is now free with dire consequences for all of Tamriel. I don't want to go into too much detail yet because we'll be diving deeper into the story shortly, but this is really big, and we are very excited to see how our community reacts as they learn more about Athelia and her allies.
All right, so we have a new zone and a story about the return of a long-lost Daedric prince. But there's something else arriving with the Gold Road chapter that Matt touched on that our players have been asking about for a long time, and that's scribing.
Yes, and this is definitely something that the community's been asking about for years at this point. This chapter's big new system, scribing, is a way for players to customize their character builds. It's our take on a precursor to the spellcrafting systems from previous Elder Scrolls
Wow.
games, with some tweaks to balance to ensure that it works with our game's combat.
So why don't you talk a little bit about how
I
this
think that's
system
gonna be
works?
broken.
What does
I'm
it actually
sorry.
allow players to do?
I think it's gonna be
With
so
scribing,
overpowered.
players tap into the fundamental elements of magic by unlocking special skills that they can then customize in many different ways.
That's cool.
You'll be able to change things like the way a skill interacts with the world, its unique effects, and more. There's also many ways to customize these unique abilities, allowing players to further tailor their builds to their unique needs. We'll go into a lot more detail on scribing a little bit later, and we'll have a lot more info throughout the year, but we're very excited about this system, and it's really another way players can truly play the way they want to play.
Well, we clearly have a lot to cover
That's
throughout the
incredible.
show, so let's dig in. In the past, we've told stories that feature Daedric princes, emperors and tyrants, heroes, and all sorts of legendary monsters. Since our launch in 2014, we've continued to add to ESO's legacy with new stories that build upon and even add to Elder Scrolls lore in all new ways. And this year's tale is no exception. So let's kick things off with the lead for this zone, Ed Stark, who is going to share more about the new chapter's main storyline, including the Forgotten Prince.
Hello, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to talk to all of you about the story and the adventures you'll experience in the new Gold Road chapter. I was the lead for the High Isle and Greymore chapters, as well as the Murkmire DLC, and I'm having a lot of fun
good DLCs.
adding to the Elder Scrolls universe. Every part of Tamriel is unique and has its own emergent storylines, and Gold Road is no different. The West Weald region lies just east of the Gold Coast. Ruled by the Colovian Count Calantius, it is an independent nation allied to the Imperial forces currently occupying nearby Cyrodiil. And
I
it
am so
is
excited.
under attack. Sweltering jungle has replaced a third of the Westweald seemingly overnight. While the Wood Elves in the region seem friendly and is bemused by the situation as the displaced Imperials, Count wants to find out what happened and how he can keep from losing any more of his realm. Surprisingly, however, this Dawnwood jungle overgrowth isn't the most pressing concern for you and your fellow adventurers. Laramil the Wise, an ally of Hermaeus Mora, is back.
Oh,
She's investigating the reappearance of Athelia, the Forgotten Prince, who was introduced at the end of the Necrom chapter. Laramil reveals that scions of Athelia are searching the Westweald for her, wreaking havoc in the region. They believe that the Forgotten Prince had some connection to the aliens who once dwelt in the ancient ruins scattered throughout the zone. These scions are desperate to help Athelia recover her memories and powers and show no mercy to anyone who gets in their way. Reality itself is under attack, and no one knows exactly how or why the Forgotten Prince has returned. It's been a very long time in any Elder Scrolls game since we delved into the nature of a new Daedric prince.
This is exciting. A nice dynamic.
What effect will the appearance of this long-forgotten prince
Oh, well, you could
have
do
on the
it. Could be a shit
Westweald?
show.
Tamriel,
It could be wild.
or Nirn itself. How indeed can a Daedric prince be forgotten? More importantly, how can you, the adventurer, counter Athelia's effect on the Westweald? Well, I'm not going to tell you. At least not yet.
He's
You have to
cute.
play Gold Road to find out. But don't worry. In addition to the eccentric Laramil the Wise, you have some new and returning allies to help you unravel these mysteries. There's Baragon, ex-adventurer and brother to Evely Sharparrow, and Tribune Aaliyah Idolus, a brash Colovian centurion working for Count Calantius. Outside the main story, we're bringing back the vampire Fënorian of the Raven Watch,
Oh.
Khajiit investigator Mizik Thunderboots, and a few other fan-favorite allies to also help you in your journeys. There's political intrigue rivaling the tales told in Orsinium and High Isle.
Ooh.
Supernatural threats on the same scale as Somerset and Greymore. Assaults on the Westweald as powerful as any fiery dragon attack in Elsewhere or Daedric Dark Anchor
This guy's
invasions from the
amping me
base
up.
game
I'm like,
long
let's play
ago.
right now.
Players can choose how they progress the main story of the Gold Road as well. There's a non-linearity to the questline similar to
Ooh.
that presented in Hrothgar and Necrom. You'll have to follow the threads to see just where they take you. And over everything is the threat of the forgotten Daedric Prince and her minions. There's something for everyone, all along the Gold Road. I'm looking forward to seeing how you fare. Good luck and happy hunting in the Westweald.
I'm ready. I'm already ready. Let's
Since
go.
ESO's launch, we've added a ton of new areas for players to explore across all corners of Tamriel and even the realms of Oblivion. Ed just shared some details about the story in Westweald, so now let's learn about how the team brought this space to life. To tell us more about this world you can explore in the latest chapter, we've invited ESO's art director to share more about this colorful but chaotic part of Tamriel.
Hey everybody, I'm CJ Greb, art director for the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm pleased to be able to share with you more about the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road's unique zone, the Westweald. For those of you already familiar with Southeast Cyrodiil, this will be the first time you can return to this bountiful part of Tamriel since the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion
That's
way back
exciting.
in 2006. The new zone features 3 unique biomes, each with their own distinctive look and feel. In the southeast
Ooh.
lies the Gold Road,
Obsessed. I want a
temperate
house there.
environment similar to that found on the Gold Coast. It is home to the region's capital city, Skingrad, the bustling
Ooh.
center of the zone and linchpin for the Colovian Imperials
I like the
who call
city.
the Westweald home. Towards the southwest, you can
Hopefully
find
it has a
the
good crafting
Dawnwood.
area.
Formerly part of the Westweald, this area is now home to the encroaching jungles of nearby Valenwood. In this part of the zone, you'll discover a dense wilderness climate inhabited
That's
by
beautiful.
advancing wood elves from the settlement of Vashabar. In the
I
north
love
of
wood
the
elves.
Westweald lies the Colovian Highlands, a mountainous region that is home to an imperial settlement and numerous
Ooh.
alien ruins.
I love
The
that.
highlands' rocky
architecture.
soil and dry climate is ideal for the region's famous vineyards. When
I want a house
designing
there.
this new zone, the team wanted to capture a region undergoing a dramatic change. And generally, we try to make every zone in ESO feel unique, so much so that a player can instantly recognize what zone they're in merely by looking
That's
around.
true.
Combining these ideas led us to paint the biomes in the bright colors of seasonal change.
Oh, it's
Highlights of
beautiful.
orange, red, and yellow punctuate the Westweald, giving the entire region an autumnal feel. Classic Colovian architecture inspired many of the zone's structures. However, the Colovian Imperials of the Westweald are wealthy and cosmopolitan, so the art team imbued some high-end motifs and designs throughout.
The furniture is going to be
Although
unreal.
this, of course, changes the further from Skingrad you travel. As you explore the zone's rolling hills, rocky crags, bustling vineyards, you'll encounter many alien ruins of various sizes and shapes, and have an opportunity to delve deeper into this part of
Oh, the
Tamriel's
Iliad.
ancient
These
history.
are perfect combinations. Stunning
We got to have a little fun
architecture.
here
My
as we
favorite,
consider these
personally.
Iliad ruins less spoiled than other similar locations you may already have visited. As a result, there are structures and architectural pieces of Iliad culture you've never seen before. Speaking of things you've never seen before, the dense, humid forests of neighboring Valenwood seem to have taken over a significant portion of the Westweald practically overnight.
That's
This
gonna make good
consumption
dungeons.
of traditional Colovian territory is cause of some concern for the Imperials, as you might imagine. Even more alarming is the Wildburn, a volatile area
Oh.
that separates the Dawnwood from the Colovian Highlands and Gold Road, comprised of sickened, magically twisted land and even more volatile beasts. While the land itself is changing, it is also under attack from a host of new, unfamiliar foes. Daedra, never before seen in the Elder Scrolls, roam the countryside, including Shardborn and aspects of Athalia that herald from the realm known as Mirrormore. And if all that wasn't enough, the Wildburn has taken to magically corrupting the indigenous beasts of the land, resulting in danger around every turn.
Oh, wow.
In the Westweald, we've created a beautiful world in flux, besieged by change itself. It's Imperials meet Wood Elves, meet Oblivion, and it's a world unlike anything we've created previously. We can't wait for you to explore it.
I am excited. That looks really, I
always
love the fall
when
colors.
we can share behind-the-scenes info about all the research and care that goes into creating a new zone. Rich, why don't you talk a little bit about what else players will encounter in Westweald?
In addition to the main storyline, the zone contains new delves and public dungeons to explore, side quests to experience, and world bosses to contend with. Everything you would expect from a chapter. There's also an all-new 12-player trial to challenge your group, and the introduction of a new type of world event.
And of course, there's all kinds of rewards that you can find in the new zone, including new item sets to loot and craft, unique collectibles to unlock, and special antiquities to scry and dig up, and a lot more.
And of course, that's all in addition to the new scribing system.
That's right. In previous chapters, we've added new classes like the Necromancer and most recently the Arcanist. We've also added new gameplay systems that we continually update, such as treasure hunting with antiquities, our deck-building card game, Tales of Tribute, even our housing and furnishing system, and of course, companion system, which allows you to bring an ally to fight alongside with you. This time with Gold Road, we're adding a new way to further tweak your builds just how you want them.
I think this is
Everyone's been waiting
game-changing.
patiently for more information on this new system, so let's kick it over to Kira to explain exactly how it works.
Play Your Way is one of Elder Scrolls Online's biggest pillars, and we're
That's what they like to say.
always looking to give our players even more ownership over their characters and their skills. For scribing, our system focus was around roleplay and choice. We wanted to give our players the power to customize skills to enhance their roleplay and have more agency in choosing and creating those skills that are right for them. With scribing, we've created a new ability for every weapon skill line, and a few more. Each of these new skills, or grimoires, has customizable elements that you can swap out to suit your needs while maintaining a fun and balanced experience. Every grimoire has a base function, the thing it always does. For example, the new Bow Grimoire, Vault, has you shoot the ground with an enchanted arrow, creating an area of effect, and then backflip out of danger, enabling a quick, tactical fire and escape ability. But you can personalize it from here.
But does that take an
Every
ability
scribe
spot?
skill also has 3 script slots, a primary, secondary, and tertiary, which allow you to change the ability's specifics. Want to double down on poison or bleed? Set one of those as the primary script of Vault, and now that's the damage type of its AoE. Primaries determine the main effect of the skill and its resource cost. But perhaps you're more of a ranged healer character. Keep it ally focused and customize Vault with a heal primary and add either a heal over time or stamina recovery secondary for any allies in that area of effect. Secondaries are about individualizing that skill to better match with your build or roleplay. This is where we have more unique effects that tie into the identity of the parent skill line. For example, A unique bow secondary gives the player a stack of the Hawkeye bonus, increasing damage on their other bow abilities for a short duration. Finally, you're able to add a buff or debuff to Vault as its tertiary effect, perhaps minor maim, minor expedition, or minor vulnerability. That is a lot of ways to customize just this skill, and we have even more scripts and combinations to be revealed in the future. But scribing isn't just a system for tinkering with skills. It's also an exploration into the ancient origins of magic, following the legacy and discovering the secrets of the mage who first learned to manipulate those energies.
That's cool.
You'll need to own the Gold Road chapter to unlock the system.
Yeah.
One more thing. When we were deep into this customization headspace, we loved the idea of having our skill visuals better reflect our players' roleplay goals, and perhaps feel a bit fresh if they've been playing for a while. When Gold Road and Scribing launch, we'll also be adding a select number of skill styles. These styles are color variants of popular abilities from weapon, guild, and
Don't even
world
say
skills.
Crown Store.
Like Wall of Elements will have a new purple version, Trap Beast, orange, and Mage Light, a green option, so that when you equip those abilities, you'll be able to select which version you want to see. By the way, in Gold Road, all of these skill styles will be earnable as in-game rewards.
That's important.
We have a lot more planned for skill styling in the updates
Crown
after
Store
the
probably,
chapter
but
two.
that, at least there's some in
We
game.
can't wait to share more about scribing and styling with the ESO community in the coming months, and see what new metas, builds, and more come out. See you soon.
Okay, pause. Because if these special skills, I'm assuming that means they take them on a skill slot, like it's not a passive. I just feel like either it won't be that great and not a lot of endgame people will use it, or it'll be so ungodly broken. Because if you can have up to 3 different things happening with one skill, the ganking and the burst damage that you can get in Cyrodiil is going to be unreal. I'm sorry. It's making me laugh because I know so many people out there are like, this is what they do, is they create builds. Like ESO is amazing with customizing like builds and gear and creating the most menacing things to happen. And I loved endgame PvP. That was definitely where I shine the most. But these builds are gonna unreal. The fact that you can put debuffs on, putting a bleed, a debuff, and some other wacky AoE with one ability while you're already getting ganked and bled and poisoned from all the others, and then proc sets on top, on their character on top of it. Cyrodiil is going to be a madhouse. Cyrodiil's going to be a madhouse. And I am terrified. I haven't seriously PvP'd in a couple years now just because I focus on doing a lot of content now, but I am afraid. There are menaces out there, and they now have their hands on this. I don't know what it will translate for PvE and endgame trials. I'm very curious to see if endgame raiders pick up on this. Do they prefer to keep their sets in skills what they already have, or will they lean into these weird buildable skills they can have? I'm very curious. I tend to look at ESO in a very endgame sense because I was very into like try hard PvP for quite a while. But I do love that ESO really focuses on roleplay and making your character your own. You completely do all your own skills. You customize which morph you want for your skill. You can make your build. In this day and age in ESO, you can decide to wear all little bits of armor all over the place. Race and classes practically don't matter. Nothing matters. There's no stamina specific. There's no magic specific. They had a character in this trailer that was a Khajiit bow wielder that was healing. I mean, you truly can in this game get through a ton of content, maybe not super endgame because there's always a meta, but you can get through so much content playing exactly the kind of character you want. Something cool that maybe you've done in D&D, or you want to play a paladin thief Khajiit who's also a healer you can create these things in Elder Scrolls, and it is really exciting. I think it's super approachable for new players, even though the game's 10 years old. You can jump in, join your friends at any time in the game. I think it's incredible. So let's see the last few minutes. Sorry, my tangent. Let's see the last few minutes as to what's going on. The customizable thing's exciting. I'm sure the styling, a lot of it will come out in the Crown store, but it is nice that you can earn some of the styling within the game as well.
Scribing looks like it has the potential to really change the way our players play the game.
We definitely believe it will, and scribing gives our players a level of flexibility with their builds they've never seen before in ESO. The new customizable abilities can be used by any class, allowing players to maximize an aspect of their build or perhaps give them a new way to fill a gap. And the system also provides a brand new avenue to customize their visuals too. We know just how important fashion is to our community.
Oh,
well, the good news
very
is you
serious.
won't have to wait too long to play because scribing arrives with the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road on June 3rd for PC and Mac, and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
I know what
And
I'm
it's
doing.
Available to pre-purchase now. You can visit ElderScrollsOnline.com for more details. Now, as many of you watching might expect, this chapter isn't the only major release in 2024.
There is a lot coming this year. We're kicking things off in March with Update 41
Yes.
and our newest dungeon DLC pack, which includes 2 new dungeons, Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale.
Ooh.
These 2 dungeons will have you explore a training ground for the followers of Malakath and a secret vault within the demi-realm of Maelstrom. Both dungeons help set the stage for the upcoming chapter release and storyline.
Very
These dungeons
cool.
will be available in normal and veteran modes and have their own veteran hard mode difficulties.
Nice.
With all the unique rewards you'd expect, including new item sets and collectibles. And as always with these DLCs,
Hopefully new
these
skins.
new challenges can be purchased in the in-game Crown Store, or they come free as part of ESO Plus.
If you want to first look at these new dungeons, be sure and tune in to our next ESO live stream as we'll be joined by lead encounter designer Mike Finnegan to share all the details about this upcoming dungeon DLC.
That's not all we have going throughout 2024 either. Update 43, which is scheduled to arrive in August, will be another base game update similar to what we did in 2023, and that includes a host of bug fixes and quality of life improvements, with some pretty exciting features, including something housing related. And finally, Update 44 will close the year out by introducing
tease.
2 new in-game companions, and something we're not quite ready to reveal yet, but to all our PvP-minded players, you might want to pay particular attention to this update.
Well, you'll
A new
definitely
weapon.
want to keep an eye out for
A
more
new weapon.
information on
You know
our
how this
plans
is the hammer?
as the year
A
progresses.
new weapon.
Okay, we've gone over
Calling it.
so much already, but as with any major chapter release, there's a ton of in-game rewards you can get when you pick up Gold Road. Let's find out more about the various additions and pre-purchase rewards for the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road with community managers Jess and Kevin.
Do we think a new weapon in
Hi everyone,
Cyrodiil?
I'm Jess Folsom, ESO's lead community manager, and I'm joined by my fellow community manager, Kevin Boley. We're here to tell you a little more about the new Gold Road chapter, its additions, and pre-purchase rewards.
Thanks, Jess, and hey everyone. As mentioned, the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road arrives this summer on PC and Mac, and on Xbox and PlayStation consoles. However, you can pre-purchase the chapter right
Please
now
give us
on
cross-platform one day,
ElderScrollsOnline.com
or account
and
transfers.
unlock in-game items,
I'm
which
trapped
we'll
on
cover in just a minute.
PS5.
But
Help.
first, let's talk about the different versions of Gold Road.
Right. Depending
Ooh.
on your history with the Elder Scrolls Online, there's bound to be an edition of Gold Road that suits you. If you're an existing player, the upgrade versions may be just right.
If you're a new or returning player, the collection might be a good fit. It includes the ESO base game,
The collection's
all 7
nice.
previous chapters, and the new Gold Road chapter at launch. That means the collection will allow you to begin your adventures in Tamriel right now, and play the new chapter once it launches.
Both the Gold Road upgrade and collection are also available in deluxe editions, which includes a bounty of additional in-game
cute.
items themed around the Westweald and Skingrad
Alpha style
regions,
doesn't do it for
including a
me.
unique pet, memento, outfit style, emote pack, and first of its kind mount, all of which are granted at chapter launch.
Interesting.
Whichever edition of Gold Road you
Oh.
choose, there are several
like the-
pre-purchase
I like the
rewards you
dogs.
can unlock. These include a striking new costume.
I like the costume.
pet,
I like the pet,
and
the
crown
crow.
crate delivered at launch, and instant in-game access to the spectacular wolf mount.
Oh, he's a baby.
For a limited time, if you pre-purchase Gold Road, you'll get instant access
I
to
love
this
the
matching
wolves.
wolf pup pet, so don't miss out.
You can pre-purchase the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road right now on ElderScrollsOnline.com or select retailers for PC and Mac, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Of course, we have a lot of exciting releases, in-game events, and community fun lined up for the Elder Scrolls Online between now and chapter launch too.
You'll be able to explore 2 new dungeons launching along with Update 41. You can get a first look at these new dungeons and Update 41 by helping us test it all on the PC and Mac public test server in just a few days.
Ooh.
Then, this spring, ESO will introduce the prologue quest for Gold Road.
Oh, nice.
This free quest line sets up the events of the upcoming chapter and is
Those
available
are always
to
fun to
anybody
do
who owns a copy
if you haven't
of the
done them
Elder
already for
Scrolls
other
Online.
chapters.
If you'd like to check out some of ESO's past DLCs and chapters for free, then now is your chance with the ESO Plus free trial, live right now on all platforms.
Highly
There's
recommend.
Also a
If
ton
it is
of
still
fun
live,
in-game
highly
events lined
recommend.
up over the next few months, including the
Look at
now
all the things you
live
get.
Guilds and Glory celebration, then the White Strikes Mayhem PvP event, and of course,
February?
the fan favorite Jesters Festival. Starting right now with the Guilds and Glory celebration, you can earn the Moloch Ball Illusion Imp Pet, as well as its morphs over the course of 2024. It's the perfect companion to get you in the celebratory mood as we head into the incredible 10th anniversary celebration
so
for the
emo
Elder
about
Scrolls
that.
Online. To learn more about this year's morphing collectible, check out our preview article on the official ESO website. We've grown in so many ways since ESO first launched. With international community managers across 15 unique territories and 7 officially supported languages, this massive celebration of ESO and its community is our biggest one yet. And it will include many in-person events around the world. As Matt mentioned earlier, the fun kicks off with our first in-person event in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and continues all the way
I
into
wanna go to that
2025
so
with
bad.
our largest in-person event in the US yet. We hope to see you at one
Send
of
me
them.
to Amsterdam,
Check
please.
ElderScrollsOnline.com
I'm one of your
for
first
the
female
details on our
5-stars
upcoming
ever
Quarter
on
One
the
Dungeon
platform.
DLC, the in-game events,
That's my only flex
and
I have.
Our 10th anniversary plans.
20,000 hours?
big
I don't know.
things
I'm
ahead.
sure there's people with more.
We can't wait for you to join us as we celebrate 10 amazing years of the Elder Scrolls Online together.
All right, so let's recap. We've revealed ESO's upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, and shared what kind of adventures and features you can expect
Very
when
exciting.
it launches June 3rd for PC Mac and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
This includes a new zone, the Colovian region known as the West Weald, which is a storyline that features the return of a forgotten prince, Athelia. And of course, the brand new scribing system, which allows you to unlock and customize special skills for all your characters.
And don't forget, ESO Gold Road is available for pre-purchase today. We've got a lot planned for ESO's 10-year anniversary, which includes a host of in-person events, starting with the ESO 10-year celebration in Amsterdam this spring. Make sure to RSVP if you haven't already done so. From all of us here at ZeniMax Online Studios, thank you for watching. Keep an eye out on our social channels and ElderScrollsOnline.com for more information on everything we've covered today. And don't forget to tune in next week for a first look at Update 41. We can't wait to share more details with you on the upcoming Gold Road chapter, anniversary celebration, and more later this year.
Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you all next time.
What do we think? What do we think? So one thing I wanted to look at was their little content roadmap. So traditionally how it went would always be 2 dungeons in the beginning of the year, chapter in the middle, small zone in the middle of the year, and then 2 more dungeons to end the year. But it looks like now in update 44 at the end of the year, they're not doing 2 more dungeons. They could be, but it just says 2 new companions and a new PvP related feature that I am so curious about, and I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Is it a new weapon? Remember years ago when the hammer came out? I don't even remember what it's called. We just call it the hammer, you know. Oh, the hammer spawned. God help us all. They talked about including all kinds of different Daedric Prince's weapons, like a shield and the bow and all this stuff, and then the hammer was kind of I don't know about other consoles, but on PlayStation it was a menace, and it was actually, to be honest, it would disconnect you if you got too close to it. Like everybody in the whole area that got to the hammer would blue screen. What we call it as a blue screen. We would disconnect. So I don't know if they're going to add more hammers, especially with all the skill upgrades, which is going to cause a lot of more lag on console, which is, I would suggest to go to PC if you play the game. So that's interesting. Let me know what you guys think. Is it going to be like a new siege weapon? Are you going to be able to spawn Daedric monsters and like launch them into keeps? Like, what are we doing? I hope it's not a new siege weapon, just for the siege is very overpowered in my opinion, but I have a lot of PvP thoughts. I hope it's not a new siege weapon. I'm curious as to what it is. I wonder if it's like maybe... It could be like a new zone. It could be small maps. I am thinking very Cyrodiil because that's what I preferred. It could be a Battlegrounds situation. Now, the housing update's exciting. Yes, I know people got a lot of mixed opinions about housing. I love housing, but I don't tend to purchase in a lot of in-game stuff, but I think the housing is great. I like that everybody can do it, and it's not just like a real estate lottery. I'm interested to see what the new housing-related feature. It would be really great if you could do crafting boards in your home. I know a lot of people want that because a lot of people in housing build these huge craft houses and they want to have like to be able to do their daily writs in their home. So I think that'd be fun. However, at the same time, it would have less people in the towns, like when you go into city. And I think it's nice to see people running around the city. So I don't know what the new housing feature could be. Maybe you can make official guild halls. I always thought it would be fun if you could have, like, if your friends in your guild logged out for the day and they log back in, they could show up in your house and they could spawn right in your house. I think that would always be cool. I'm always down for more housing related things because I think housing in this game really adds to the roleplay and the story that they want Elder Scrolls to be about. It was very much so about roleplay, and I think having a really customizable house where it feels like your character lives there. I know a lot of people will decorate different houses for different characters and they give them a backstory, or you buy little houses in different zones and you can decorate it for that zone. I think is a really great idea. The scribing system I'm very interested in. I wonder if it's going to be either super overpowered or it's not going to be good enough and endgame people won't use it at all. Either way, however it performs in raids and in endgame PvP, I think it's incredible for questing and zone achievements and exploring. You'll get to do something so much fun because there's a lot of zones to go through, and if you don't have Tamriel Hero yet and all the other DLCs, like, you might want to change up your build once in a while, and this will be a really fun way to spice it up without making a whole new character in class. Of course, the dungeon DLC, always going to be great. I love seeing the collectibles coming out for that in the first update. I'm excited to see if there's going to be new skins or body tattoos. I love when there's skins because me and my friends used to always try to get them like first day. All in all, I'm very excited for the update. I so badly wish I can go to Amsterdam for this event. I've been playing ESO since June on console when it was first released, and it is something that is very near and dear to my heart, and I would still be on there 24/7 every single day if I wasn't also doing now content creation for the past 2.5 years. But I have a very... ESO is one of the most incredible games in the world, so I'm very excited. I'm very proud of them for making it 10 years. Thank you guys all so much for watching it with me. Let me know what you're hoping for, what you want to see, what you're expecting for each thing, what are you looking forward to in the chapter, and what do you think the PvP and housing related things are? And also, let me know what you hated. What do you not want to see? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to experience this with you when it comes out. Thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.